Welcome everybody to our first flow party of the year 2025. Today we're going to set up all of our intentions for the year. We're going to be creating a sort of vision board for all of our goals and dreams. And as the year progresses, we're going to be following them. So join us. That was a little cringe. Sorry about that. Just because it's on YouTube, it doesn't mean we can talk. Like, this is exactly what I want today. We're going to be, as I said, creating our intentions for the year. So I really want everybody, like, this should be a workshop, you know what I mean? So it's not going to be just me talking. So feel free to unmute yourselves and talk whenever you want. Okay, so the whole goal of this party is because I get a lot of messages from you guys asking me, I really want to be a better designer, or I want to reach this amount of money this year. And all of these goals, and from someone that has been doing sort of like manifesting, and I know that's sort of like a hype word right now, but I'm telling you guys, I am the proof that that actually works. So a lot of the things that I have accomplished are because I set my goals at the beginning of the year, and I said, this is what I want to happen by the end of the year. Because we are all very visual people. So having intentions not only set on paper, but actually visually seeing them is super, super, super important. So I'm here to help you guys sort of clear your mind and understand what it is that you want for 2025. This may seem a little bit feminine for the guys here, but I want you guys to keep your minds open, because again, it truly works, and I wouldn't want you guys to miss out on something that is so important to do for your goals. I want you guys to open either a Google Doc or a Notes app, or even on a paper if you're more of a actual notebook and paper kind of person, and write, how do you see yourself on December 31st, 2025? So we'll take a couple minutes to do that. You guys don't have to say it. If you do want to say it, please go ahead and do. But this is entirely for you.
I'm sorry, Melissa, did you say until the end of January or December?
Until December 31st. So
Okay.
like the point of it is, I want you to envision yourself at the end of the year, after everything you accomplished, literally, like all of your dreams came true. Obviously, like it has to make sense. You can't say, I mean, unless you win the lottery, but be mindful of like the possibilities. Now, what I want you to do is choose one word that it's going to describe your whole year, just one word. So you could say, for example, I want, like Maria said, freedom. You can say, I want abundance. You can say, I want better health. All of those ideas could spark something in you. So just write one word. Love that. Andrew, transformation. Mikey, reinvention. I'm going to be sharing on the chat a Figma file. So you can highlight everything on that Figma and create a new Figma in your account. So you can work on that. And obviously we want that to be private if you want it to be private, or obviously you can also share it with us at the end if that's something you want to do. I created a little vision board because that's what we're going to be doing today for the new people. We're going to be creating the vision board for 2025 for each one of you. This is absolutely personal to you. If you are somebody that is always working for other people, saying yes to everybody, this is the moment to think about yourself and be as positive. And Floyd, this is for you, as positive as you can. So the first thing that you're going to find here are the assets. So I created cutouts with, graphic sayings, things that you might want to use. There's everything from lifestyle to professional to personal. Like, if you want to travel, you can use the airplane. If you want to go on road trips, there's a little road trip cut out there. If you want to read more books, if you want to wake up at 5 a.m., like there's just a little bit for everybody. There's gifts, there's memes, there's everything. So you can use that to create your little vision board. And then as we scroll down, here is the structure for the vision board. So the whole point of this is for at the end of the exercise, you should be able to add that vision board, either print it out and stick it in front of your face on your office, or you can use it as your desktop. So obviously, if you're going to use it for your desktop, make sure that you turn it on landscape mode. But what I wanted to do here is separate it by categories because we want to really focus on each one. So let's go through them. The first one is going to be personal growth and mindset. So in this category, I want you guys to think, what kind of person do you want to be? Remember that we're not only thinking about work here, because as a whole, we want to be a whole person, that it's just really nice and rounded. So what are going to be your habits? How are you going to be more mindful in this new year? How's your confidence going to be? Are you going to practice any type of self-care? So those graphics that I have on top maybe can serve as inspiration if you don't want to use those. And you're more than welcome to go on Google or Pinterest and find images that inspire you to be that person and work on those things that you want to do. Career and business is the second category. And here, obviously, this is the most important for us in this space. But in here, we want to set our career goals. What type of projects do you guys want to work on this year? What about financial growth? Like, do you want to work on maybe less projects that are bigger ticket numbers? Do you want to learn new skills? What new skills are those? So for example, if you want to learn GSAP, do you want to get any promotions if you're working a 9 to 5? So all of those things, add them there. The third category is lifestyle and travel. Obviously, a lot of us are digital nomads, myself included. So what places do you want to visit? Do you want to work from somewhere else? What experiences do you want to live? Maybe you want to, I don't know, spend a month with the monks in Tibet. Perfect, add that there. Also, add your dream living space. How is your office going to be looking this year? Maybe you want to change a few things. Add that there. And what are going to be your daily routines? Are you going to be waking up at 5 in the morning, or are you going to be like me, who doesn't even use an alarm? Because I hate alarms. So what's going to be your daily routines? Then, really important, relationships and community. How are you going to preserve your relationship with your friends? Are you going to be calling them every day? Are you going to be setting up a little bit of time to talk to your mom every week? What are your romantic goals? Like, are you planning to get married, or are you feeling frustrated with your partner? What are you going to do about it? Networking. Are you planning on going to any conferences this year? We know that the awards conference is coming and they have really interesting locations, Tokyo, Mumbai. Or are you going to be giving back to the community? Maybe creating content for free on YouTube, and maybe you start creating a career from that. So think about those goals. Then we go into something super important, which is financial abundance. What are going to be your income goals for this year? If you made 50 grand last year, 30 grand, 20, 10, whatever it is, set a goal for this year and maybe break it up into even months. So set up, maybe this month I want to make 500 more. Next month I want to do 1,000 more. Are you going to have any type of investments? Do you have any crypto? Is there something coming up that maybe you want to invest, like AI? Think about that. Then we jump into creativity and passion projects. Think about creative hobbies that you want to do, because this is so important, guys, because when we are burnt out, this is what's going to take us out of it, apart from resting. Think about things outside of what we do every day that you want to do. Maybe you want to do, I don't know, knitting. Maybe you want to learn horseback riding, or you want to go riding more, or like Gabe, I don't know, riding his motorcycle more and visit new places. Set up that and create fun goals for you, because that really creates a well-rounded person. Then we go into health and well-being. How's that part going to look for you? Are you going to join the gym that you said you were going to join maybe last month. Now we're in January. It's the perfect time to do that. Emotional balance, guys. That is so important. You are nothing if you work out, sweat every day, but you feel rotten inside. So are you going to maybe give it a try by reading the Bible or visiting more, I don't know, spiritual workshops? Do you want to learn about a new religion? Me, for example, I grew up Catholic, but I love Buddhism. I read a lot about that, so I want to go back into it. Or maybe holistic living, like, do you want to make more use of natural things around your environment to make you feel more grounded and more connected to the earth? And then lastly, learning and growth. That is so important. Is there something that you want to learn this year? Are there books that you've been meaning to read? Set yourself an image of the book and the date that you want to start it and really just do it. So think about, maybe you want to have new certifications. Do you want to take a course, the Flow Party course, the GSAP course, I don't know, anything. So jot that there. Now that you guys all have that with you, I want to take some time for you guys to, maybe we can do this together and you guys can do it while we talk, or maybe if you don't want to do it right now and you want to do this more privately and in a more serene environment, you can do that too. So what do you guys think? Do you want to do it now or later? Okay, perfect. I want to share something with you and why it's so important, again, to do this. So our brain has something called RAS, which is at the sort of base of our skull. And it's basically called a reticular activation system. And what this is basically a goal tracking system implanted in your brain. So if you tell someone, for example, I wanted to do this exercise with you, but obviously some of you guys are still writing stuff. But if you tell someone right now, close your eyes for a second and then open them and tell me the first red thing that you see. After that, tell them to close their eyes again and then ask them to tell you the blue things they saw. The brain, obviously, at that moment when it received instructions, focused on looking for the red thing, not the blue thing. Vision boards work the same way. When we have our goals and intentions in front of us daily, our brains subconsciously start looking for opportunities for those things to happen. So in my case, this is something obviously private, but in 2023, I did a vision board. Didn't really think anything about it. And I started adding pictures of London and Paris and travel. And I really wanted to find like emotional connection. I wanted to just, like Maria said, I wanted freedom. I didn't think anything of it. And then I saw the vision board a year after, and I was living in London, traveling to Paris, and everything that I set up on my vision board magically happened. And it was because my brain subconsciously looked for those opportunities and opened my heart and gave me the strength to make this hard decisions that I had to make. Now I'm the happiest that I've been, and it's because of that exercise. So the brain will literally guide you to those dreams that you're looking to achieve. I also wanted Maria to share the story about her vision board last year, because we've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah. Do you want me to share it now?
Yeah.
Okay. For the people here that don't know me, I'm a septic by nature, right? I don't believe in nothing that's holistic or that's more spiritual or so on. So Melissa did this exercise with us, and I thought, bullshit. But the moment Melissa told me that, I swear to God that a friend of mine appeared the next day in front of my house and told me, hey, I'm going to go to a mood board workshop. And I was like, what? And even being a skeptic, I said, okay, this is too much of a coincidence for me to not to go. So I went. I spent an entire morning with a lot of people where we were doing an actual physical mood board. I did it sort of as a joke, but 1 year later, I swear to God, I have a job that pays me a lot of money. I have a shiny new beautiful car. I even placed Melissa knows this, the Flow Party site saying site of the month, and I placed it there because I was like kind of joking, right? So the only thing I didn't got was a brand new house. And I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna do the mood board again this year for sure. It's really crazy. I don't have no explanation. I guess I believe it's because it focuses us. Okay,
Exactly.
so a lot of another thing. I had healthcare taking better care of myself, and I had someone an image that I found on a magazine of someone putting Botox. Well, uh, suddenly a client appeared that didn't have money to pay me. She was at a clinic and she offered me all the treatments. It was madness. I can't explain it, but people just do what Melissa says. I you can't go wrong.
That's insane. No, it
Okay.
works. It's crazy. Obviously, it's not gonna work by magic. You have to work on your things. But I think subconsciously you start seeing opportunities because you have your goals so clear in your mind. You know, like for me, so many times it was like, oh my God, I want to be as amazing as the people on awards. Like that was my goal forever. And everybody that knows me knows that. And then this year I get nominated for that. And I had no idea. I'm like, how the hell did this happen? Like it's crazy, you know?
And I think that it helps. I had the mood board in my living room, so every day I would look at it, and I think it helps you focus and think without thinking you go towards that goal.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
Floyd here. Thank you, Maria, for sharing that. That's amazing. And if anybody else wants to share their stories, please go ahead. I'm gonna start by reading a question from Floyd that says, I am a natural at doing the opposite. All I can think of is things not working out. Any advice on how to think that? Obviously, I'm not a psychologist, but I've read a lot on self-development and positivity and things like that. And I think the main thing for that is living in the present moment. And I know that sounds super cliche, but there is no reason for you to be anxiety projecting because the only thing that that's going to bring are worries. Things that are not happening are none of your business. You have to focus on what is happening right now and doing the work right now. So, you know, if you're thinking about buying a house, perfect. Do the work, little tiny steps every single day. And next thing you know, a year later, you've saved so much money for a down payment. You know what I mean? Or if you want to learn, again, the GSAP story, every day, dedicate 30 minutes on learning something new on GSAP, an hour. And a year after that, you're going to be a master at GSAP. Okay, guys. So if any of you started kind of like collating images and graphics from the mood board, I also encourage you to add like affirmations. And I know that's woo-woo, but you're in the flow party. We are woo-woo. Add affirmations and sort of quotes that motivate you or relate to that image. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, an example, like you have an image of you developing because you really want to learn how to code. Uh, maybe you can add a quote that says little steps create bigger results. I don't know, or waking up every day at 5 a.m. will help you do that because you can do it before work. You know what I mean? So little things like that that kind of like support those images are cool things that you can do to keep everything more organized and like pinpoint if you're that type of person. I want you guys to, as I said, save the vision board. Um, If you want to add it in front of you so you can see it every day, if you want to add it to your desktop, you can do that as well. So you can see it. And if there's anybody here that wants to share it, you're more than welcome to. And the rest can keep it private. Now, what I want to do is every quarter, I want to track you guys. So we can sort of do a follow-up to this call and see where everybody is, how you guys are feeling, if you feel like you have achieved some of your goals, if you feel like you're lacking, and how we can reroute you to get back on track. And that's it, guys. That is how you do a vision board for 2025. And I hope every one of you achieves all of your dreams this year. And I really, really hope you just create abundance around you. So thank you.